Families of the hostages are watching these deals very closely, including the family of Itay Chen, an Israeli-American citizen killed in the attacks on October 7th. His body was then taken into Gaza. And joining us now is his father, Ruby Chen. He is one of the seven, his son was one of the 7 hostages held in Gaza. Ruby, thank you so much for joining us. We are so sorry for your loss, and our prayers are with you and your family. I know you have been and you continue to be a huge advocate for all the hostages. And you've said that any deal that does not include all Americans in phase 1 will be Biden's failure. Tell us why you say that.
Well, first, thanks for having me. It is 466 days since I last talked to my son. First, I'd like to say thank you to Mr. Brett McGurk that has basically moved to Doha in Qatar to bring this negotiation to where it is at the moment, as well as to Mr. Steve Witkoff, the incoming special president envoy to the Middle East that has been critical in the fact that he also has been traveling in the Middle East to give the support of the incoming administration to this agreement that is being put together. But it is a bit bittersweet. On one hand, we see progress, and there's a phase that sees movement towards getting some hostages out. The agreement itself has a lot of loopholes, and the families, are a bit concerned that this agreement does not go till the end, that we'll get all of the hostages out. And as a U.S. citizen, as a U.S. taxpayer, I had hoped to believe that with the United States leading this negotiation, it would find a way to bring all of its 7 citizens out in this first phase. And unfortunately, my son, as a U.S. citizen, is not part of this first phase.
Yeah, and I know that you recently went to Doha. Tell us about that meeting over there.
Yeah, I felt it was important that the negotiators be able to look me in the eye, family member, and be able to get what our requests are, and not just getting it from the representatives of the United States or the Israeli negotiators as well. And as such, we decided to go to Doha and met the Qatari representatives from the Prime Minister office, from the Ministry of State, National Security Advisor, and basically told them that we, the families, we want to see an agreement that has a framework, not for the first 10 hostages coming out, but understanding how the last hostages comes out. And anything less than that is insufficient in the family's viewpoint. And please.
Ruby, we have about a minute or so left. Quickly, I know that you and your wife are planning to come here into Washington, D.C. next week for President-elect Trump's inauguration. Are you optimistic about his administration's ability to get all the hostages back?
Yeah, so we've already had meetings with Mr. Mike Waltz, and we've created contact with additional State Department and State Department officials. And, I have this vision that when coming to the inauguration, that indeed we will be able to hear from President Trump that invited us, that he would be able to say to me, Mr. Chen, just like President Reagan, many, many years ago in his inauguration was able to say, I brought out all of the U.S. hostages out on my first day in office. What a fabulous piece of news that would be if you would be able to say the same thing to us and say, we got all of the kids back home. And that's what I'm praying for and hoping that we have that moment. If not in the inauguration, pretty soon afterwards.
Yeah, and we are praying for that as well. Ruby, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.